We got Tony Willrich.
What up? What up?
The most lit Crip in the world, if you ask me.
Yeah.
No offense, Crip Mac. No offense, Brick Baby. Anybody else? Don't take offense.
A little bit to Brick Baby, though.
Oh, really? You're not feeling the brick?
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not feeling Brick.
What was it that did it?
It was just the... Okay, you sure you want to start with that conversation
Sure,
first?
I don't mind.
You want to
yeah.
just jump right into that?
Let's diss the homies. F it.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm pretty sure that this interview is basically just like a recap of what happened last time. This is kind of like a recap.
We could touch on certain things. It's not really like a recap. But
Okay, not really a recap because, you know, Gay Crip not here today. This is Tony Willrich.
Oh, okay.
Tony Willrich here today. Gay Crip not here. Gay Crip was here last time, but I can kind of give y'all a little bit of insight on what happened and why things happened and why Gay Crip ain't really feeling Brick.
So when you say Gay Crip ain't here today, are you saying that you were playing a character last time?
So I was not actually, no, Gay Crip wasn't playing a character last time, but Gay Crip gave y'all what y'all wanted. Y'all asked the questions. Y'all wanted to know what was going on. Y'all wanted to know his history, his past, and everything. Gay Crip, let's just have him get that out the way. Gay Crip grew up in a gay Crip, a Crip neighborhood.
Right. Not a gay Crip neighborhood.
The Gay Crip grew up in a South Side neighborhood. On the South Side, that's where a whole bunch of Crips stayed at. That's Fort Worth is a Crip city.
Right.
That's what I want you to understand. Crips are from Fort Worth. It was a lot of going on back in the day. I guess it was a whole lot of people that was selling drugs, and a lot of people was coming from California, moving to Fort Worth. So Fort Worth was actually one of the first places to pick up gang banging early. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of in the mix of all that because I grew up around other Crip members and shit like that. You know, I grew up with all the people that was throwing up them gang signs and stuff. So I was like, well, I'm a Crip. You know, I really don't even, the jump and all that, getting jumped in and all this stuff. Yeah, all that stuff happened. But that's not why I feel like I was a Crip. I feel like that just because I was born in the neighborhood and all my friends, all my homegirls and mama and daddy and granny was Crips, that made me a Crip.
Right.
You know, just because I was born into it. So what you want me to do? A blood? You want me to be a blood? Is that what you want me to be? No. I'm going to say I'm a Crip.
Right. I mean, that was kind of one of my main takeaways from the whole thing. I think one of the main miscommunications about it is just that LA has such specific rules and regulations because this is where a lot of the gangbanging stuff came from. So they're kind of going in depth about who gets along with who, and all that stuff is very true for LA. But I mean, I don't think it's a gay Crip thing. I think it's more just an out of state Crip thing, because obviously once gangbanging travels to different states, and they're going to kind of come up with their own rules, and people are not going to care about certain things as much as other things and like that. So it's I kind of got that from watching it. I'm like, this dude really is from this neighborhood, and he took it upon himself to, claim to be a Hoover Crip, but that doesn't mean that there's any kind of connection. The same way that if we were to get a bunch of Brooklyn Bloods on the podcast, and then we would have a bunch of LA Bloods review what they said, I'm sure that there would be 10 different things that they say about what being a Blood is all about that the LA Bloods would not agree with or would think was some weird shit, just because it comes from their place. Now, granted, there's some gang stuff, and I realize I'm kind of sounding like the gang Wikipedia article right now, which I have no right to be that guy.
Yeah,
but
you're not a gangbanger.
Right, no, not at all. Very, very much a gay white boy. But the fact that there's just, certain other states, you can't expect them to necessarily know what LA gang dudes care about.
But honestly, who the really care? Well, I told myself I'm doing a cuss cleanse, so I'm not really supposed to be cussing. But who the really cares about gang banging? Who's really gang? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's just some LA. I guess LA just different. But to be honest with you, ain't nobody really gang banging no more. If you gang banging, you is lame as hell. We is trying to get some. Who really want to be out here gang banging? I don't give a who color, what you wearing. I don't care. I heard out here you can't even wear certain colors. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nobody was gonna with me. I was here last time, and I don't okay, let me not do that. Last time I was here, I went to the beach, I went to Hollywood, went everywhere. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I just got that just special aura around me, protection or whatever. But I don't know. I heard out here you can't even wear certain colors.
No,
but I've been coming out here a long time. I've been to Compton.
Right.
I've been to Compton. Like, you know, I barely come to LA. LA only really good for giving out unemployment benefits and Venice Beach. So it's like, that's the only time I really come out here. So, you know.
That's funny though, because a lot of times people will be coming from out of town and they'll be telling me like, oh, so I definitely shouldn't wear a red hat. And I'm like, listen, you should not go to a Crip neighborhood wearing a red hat. But in 99% of Los Angeles, if you go to the beach, if you go to Venice, if you go to Hollywood Boulevard, whatever, nobody's going to give a But if you look, because that's the thing about LA dudes, they could spot a gang member a mile away. They could smell that you're from Compton. They know that you're from Watts. They just got it programmed into their brain that they can feel where you're coming from. It's pretty wild. Like these dudes will spot each other on the street and be able to sniff each other out from across the block.
What?
It's weird. But like for an out-of-towner, they're going to be able to smell the out-of-towner on you. A million miles away.
Nobody said nothing to me, and I stayed a good 2 days after. We enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah. Because you don't come off like a threat, you know? But if you were marching around wearing all orange in a rolling 60s neighborhood, then yeah, okay, maybe we'd be having a problem. For sure we're going to be having a problem.
You know, and I did want to go to explore a couple of places, but, you know, my team was like, no, Tony, they going to kill us. And I'm like, y'all so goddamn scared. Like, I wanted to go over there, you know, my homegirl trying to jump out the car and stuff. And then, you know, these new cars, they when you type in an address, it'll announce where you're going. And it was like, directions to Hoover Street. And then everybody in the car was, you know, they was like, Tony, what the hell are you doing? So, but I just like to just do different stuff. But, you know, like, I don't like to go nowhere where I'm not invited. But I mean, like, I ain't gonna lie, I would like to go over there, you know, like, and turn up, throw a party. We can all drink old English together and and stuff like that. But that's the type of person I am. I'm just that cool ass little nigga. You know, I ain't trying to be like on no beef or disrespectful type stuff. I'm trying to do the extra stuff that a Crip is supposed to do.
I need everybody to check out NoJumper.com. We officially started a blog. It has in-depth articles about current events, music, etc., plus all of our content in terms of podcasts, interviews, etc. And you can get some exclusive new merch if you check out NoJumper.com. So make sure you tap in.